Welcome to week 10 of MA 606. This week focuses on reflection, metacognition, and self-assessment as central practices in high-quality project-based learning. Building on your work on synthesis and professional judgment in week 9, we now turn our attention to how PBL designs are refined, documented, and made coherent through reflective and metacognitive processes. A key idea this week is that reflection in PBL is not an add-on or a final commentary. Instead, it is a design requirement that supports learning, improvement, and professional reasoning throughout the project. You will explore the difference between surface reflection, describing what happened, and deeper reflective practice, where learners analyze decisions, evaluate evidence, and justify change. Metacognition is closely connected to this process. You will examine how effective PBL supports learners in planning, monitoring, and evaluating their learning, helping them become more self-regulated and intentional in their work. Reflection and metacognition allow learners to make sense of feedback, recognize growth, and take responsibility for improvement. This week also addresses the role of documentation in PBL. You will consider how artifacts, feedback records, reflective entries, and design rationales work together to show not only what was produced, but how and why learning unfolded over time. Documentation is framed as a professional practice that supports transparency, accountability, and quality assurance. A further focus is portfolio coherence. You will explore how individual submissions are curated into a coherent narrative that communicates learning progression, design competence, and professional growth. The e-portfolio is not a collection of tasks, but an integrated representation of your learning journey across the course. Universal Design for Learning continues to guide this work. You will reflect on how inclusive design principles apply to reflection and self-assessment, ensuring that all learners have multiple ways to engage in reflection, demonstrate learning, and communicate growth while maintaining shared criteria and expectations. During this week's lab activity, you will refine elements of your PBL STEAM project using evidence from feedback and reflection. You will also work on strengthening the coherence of your e-portfolio, making your learning and design decisions visible and professionally defensible. By the end of week 10, the goal is to strengthen your capacity to use reflection and self-assessment as tools for learning, improvement, and professional communication, preparing you for final integration and evaluation in the concluding weeks of the course. Take time this week to slow down, look closely at your learning evidence, and consider how reflection has shaped not only your project, but your identity as a learning designer. I look forward to seeing how your portfolios and reflections demonstrate growth, coherence, and professional judgment.